Hey folks, Chuck Howard back with you with this week's edition of Monkey TV, the weekly newsletter of Sauce Monkey Spirits, York County and Fort Mill's newest, coolest, hippest liquor store. If you haven't been here yet, come on down and visit us. We're conveniently located right behind the Harris Teeter in the Springfield Town Center at the intersection of Highway 21 and Springfield Parkway, right near the Carolina Orchards, right down from Region Park. Super easy to get to, just a mile off exit 88 off I-77. Plenty of parking. Our store is clean. We're rocking and rolling. We've tripled our inventory since we opened in February, and that means our prices continue to come down, which means we're very competitive with the big box stores. So come and visit us. No need to go to the big stores, trip over cases, stand in line. Come on down, check us out. We'll take care of you. Major announcement today. Very proud to announce that we'll be releasing our first ever Sauce Monkey Spirits Bourbon Barrel Pick in partnership with the great folks at Southern Grace Distilleries located up in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. So you ask, what is a barrel pick, Chuck? Well, pretty simple. One of the interesting things about bourbon is even though some bourbon will be barreled, put in barrels on the same day from the same batch, if you will, every barrel of bourbon has its own unique quality and characteristics, because in the warehouses, one barrel may be tucked in a corner where it might be cooler, one might be warmer, one might get a ray of sunlight on it, the barrel might have a little more char than another one, so each barrel is different. Now, Conviction Bourbon has already won a ton of awards, and it's one of the newer bourbons out there, but just most recently, Conviction Bourbon out of Southern Grace was named the best bourbon under 4 years old at the prestigious New Orleans Bourbon Festival. So that's one reason why we wanted to get hold of one of these barrels, because it's been very popular in our stores so far, and this is a great local product, and we love partnering with local folks. And their corn that they get for their bourbon is from a farm right down the road there in Mount Pleasant, just above Concord. So it's really, really good stuff. So we're really proud to be able to say that we have our first ever Sauce Monkey Spirits bourbon pit. Well, so in partnership with the Charlotte Bourbon Society, we went up to Southern Grace last week, and we tasted the bourbon from 5 different barrels of Conviction before deciding on what we all thought would be the most appealing to our bourbon connoisseurs. A little background on the Southern Grace Distillery. Like I mentioned, located in Mount Pleasant, just above Concord. Very cool thing about this place, it's located in the old Cabarrus County Prison. Much of the old prison remains intact, so if you're looking for something to do on the weekend or anytime, give them a call and take a tour. There's some folks who even think the place is haunted, so a nighttime tour around Halloween would be real cool. Now, before tasting, we took a tour, as it was it was really cool to see the entire process. What I like about Conviction, I kind of mentioned the corn, their mash bill is 88% corn, 12% malted barley. The corn is locally sourced, as I mentioned. Now, while I've consumed plenty of bourbon over the years, I by no means consider myself a bourbon expert. So to make a very sound, educated pick, like I said, I've had some bourbons. I want to take some guys along with me that really knew what they were talking about. So I brought along Ken Bernardo, who's the founder of the Charlotte Bourbon Society, one of the, around the Charlotte area, in these areas, when Ken speaks about bourbon, folks listen. And also a guy I want to call an up-and-comer in the bourbon arena is a guy named Sean Smith, who's also a bourbon steward, and I would like to say a bourbon expert. So we took those guys along so they know what they're talking about when it came to selecting the bourbon that we took. After tasting 5 different barrels, we all went back and forth several times, but in the end it was unanimous, and we all ended up on Conviction Barrel number 119. A 2-year, 2-month-old bourbon that tastes much older, different than any bottle of Conviction you've had yet. I like my bourbon dark, and this one was right in my wheelhouse, and the others. And Sauce Monkey Spirits CEO Karen Howard also agreed, and so she also took part in the tasting, so she had a lot of fun as well. Here are some of the tasting notes from the 2 experts on barrel number 119. First, Sean Smith, that is. Appearance, gold, a bit darker than standard Conviction. The nose, dark fruit, mainly cherry, hint of chocolate and cinnamon. Palate, sweet on the front. The corn really comes through. Finish, medium finish, oak and pecan notes linger. Sean also added the barrel was selected was with a level of char inside the barrel, level 4. Usually standard conviction is at a level 3. So this extra charring, and I would agree with Sean, resulted in a deeper color and depth of flavor than the other barrels that we tried. The dark fruit and nut flavors really came through. Those are Sean's tasting notes. Now here's what Ken Bernardo, founder of Charlotte Bourbon Society, added. For as young as this bourbon is, it's surprisingly a great sipper. This barrel number 119 provided a richer complexity and fantastic flavor profile. His tasting notes, very pleasant. Lots of corn, caramel, vanilla, and fruitiness. Taste, very balanced mouthfeel, not astringent. Oak and corn right off the bat, followed by hints of caramel, chocolate, and cherries. According to Ken, very delightful. The finish, long, a little dry with hints of Christmas allspice. So again, as you can see, 2 experts that we took with us really digging this bourbon. So thank you to Ken and Sean for taking the time out to lend your credibility to this bottle of bourbon that we will have in the store beginning Thursday here at Sauce Monkey Spirits. So you know this is going to be hot. So get on down here this weekend and buy the Sauce Boss Pick number 1 from Conviction Bourbon. And like I said, we've decided to name this Sauce Boss Pick number 1 because we got a sneaky feeling we'll be doing this in the future for sure. So just $39.99 for Sauce Boss Pick number 1. So come on down, pick up a bottle, and don't forget, Christmas is right around the corner, so what a neat bottle to get. It's going to say Sauce Monkey Spirits on the bottle, Sauce Boss Pick number 1. So come on down. We continue to very much appreciate your support. So we continue to do new and unique things that other stores in the area just aren't doing, but we're doing them here at Sauce Monkey Spirits. So thank you for your time, and we appreciate it. Very excited about this big announcement. So come on down, visit us here at Sauce Monkey Spirits, home of Sauce Boss Pick number 1. Have a great weekend, folks. And don't forget, we're dealing.